In our last video, we copied all of the photos from the SD card, the camera's SD card, to the Capture One session folder. Now we're back on my desktop where we can open up Capture One and get the Capture One live session ready to send to the client for picking their favorite shots to edit. So let's go ahead and open up Capture One here. Oh, looks like it's going to open up on a different monitor. So let me pull it over here. There we go. All right, we hit Control T to bring over the toolbar over here so that we can get to the library, select the capture folder, and then we'll start to see these populating in. So we can see in the capture folder, we have a couple hundred shots that we took. So nothing like if you've watched another tutorial that I did here on the channel, we had almost 2,000 pictures because there's a lot of high shutter speed shots to get that. Well, in a studio, we don't need nearly as many. So a couple hundred shots that we took here. And you can see these start filtering in, right? So this will take a little bit for basically what Capture One is doing is it's building this cache in this folder here. So it's building out the thumbnails to preview. And we can see how these are going to look. You can see this is just the preview here, but it's still building the previews. So it'll take a little while to do that. We don't really have to wait for this right now. What we can do is come up to Share Online. And then I'm going to do the capture folder, share it, and then I'm just going to copy this link and send this over to her to check. So we could add an email if we wanted to. Anyway, with the share link, I'm going to let them share, rate, and tag, which is going to be her to verify any shots that she wants edited particularly. Copy this share link, and then this is what that share link is going to look like. I'll just send this to her, and then that will be all that's really needed. But before we do that, let me show what this is going to look like right now. So I can open up a browser window and just paste this in so we can see what it'll look like from her side. So when I send this link, and this isn't going to be complete yet because obviously it hasn't even loaded in all the images. So once it loads the preview in Capture One, then it's going to upload that to the live session. So obviously that is not done yet either. So we only see one in here. This is going to start adding in more as we get more in the session get uploaded. This is kind of the last thing. But you can see what it's going to look like on her end, right? She can come in here. She could add a color to it if she wanted to. She could add stars to it if she wanted to, depending on how that is. And this is where some communication is helpful to know what they're going to or how they're going to let you know which images to edit. You know, in my case, that's the way I work is I'm going to send them over the images if they want to do that. If they don't want to do it, if they want me to call them out, call CULL, so pick out the best shots. If they want me to pick out the best shots that I think are the best shots, then I'm more than happy to do that. But usually they want to pick out the best shots themselves. And in this case, so I know in another tutorial I shot with Elise, she preferred to use stars. Well, I happen to know that when I shoot with Mackenzie, she prefers to use the colors. So she'll probably come in here and add some color tags to these. Usually the green one means, green for go, and that's the one that we want to do. But real quick, what I could do is you can see if I were to add green to this over here, let's find that one. That's 4100s. You can see this has had the green added to it already because I added it in here. So if I were to turn that off, you can see over here, it's turning off inside of Capture One. So it's a real-time thing. And I've done this before, like on the phone with somebody and having them pick them. And I see that in real time. It's super helpful because then I can start to filter by those and we'll really know what the shots are that we're going to edit instead of going through all of them. All right, so this is going to take about an hour or so for this to happen. And then I'm going to send that over to her for her to make her picks. So we'll end this video here and I'll see you in the next video after she's gone through it, made her picks, and then we'll start editing. See you there.